Somewhere on this planet, at this very moment, nature is performing a miracle, one so rare it may only happen once in a billion tries. A towering tsunami racing across the sea without warning. An underwater volcano erupting in silence beneath the surface. A sudden swarm of desert locusts blackening the sky in minutes. These aren't scenes from science fiction. They're real, but hidden in the corners of Earth we rarely see. In this episode, we invite you to witness the unseen wonders of our planet. Stunning natural events, so fleeting, so precise, that even seasoned scientists struggle to capture them. What causes these phenomena? Why do they appear only under the rarest conditions? And what can they teach us about the untamed intelligence of the natural world? Stay with us as we journey deep into the mysteries of Earth, where the improbable becomes possible, and nature proves again that it still holds the greatest surprises. Hurricane Eye. High above the chaos of a hurricane lies a moment of eerie calm, a place so surreal it feels like nature pressing pause. This is the eye of the hurricane. Spanning up to 50 kilometers wide, about 31 miles, the eye forms when warm, moist air spirals upward, leaving a low-pressure void at the center. Inside, winds can drop to near zero, skies clear, and sunlight often pierces through. But this fleeting peace is surrounded by the eye wall, the storm's most violent, thunderous ring. Scientists consider the eye a natural paradox, the quiet heart of Earth's most destructive force, formed only under perfect, ferocious conditions. Total solar eclipse. Once every 1 to 2 years, Earth is treated to one of the rarest celestial events, a total solar eclipse. For just a few precious minutes, the moon, perfectly aligned, blocks the blazing sun, casting a shadow over our planet. Day turns to night. Temperatures can drop by as much as 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Animals grow restless, birds fall silent. Stars emerge in midday skies. But the most awe-inspiring sight, the sun's corona, a glowing halo of plasma only visible during totality, reveals itself like a cosmic crown. Scientists use this fleeting moment, sometimes lasting less than 7 minutes, to study solar winds, magnetic fields, and even test Einstein's theories. It's a once-in-a-billion alignment, choreographed with the precision of the universe itself. Migratory birds. Every year, more than 4 billion birds take to the skies in one of nature's most astonishing feats, migration. These feathered travelers embark on journeys that can stretch over 10,000 miles, guided not by maps or machines, but by an internal compass still not fully understood. Some fly non-stop for days across oceans, like the bar-tailed godwit, which can travel over 7,000 miles without landing once. Scientists have discovered that birds navigate using the Earth's magnetic field, the position of the stars, even scent maps in the atmosphere. It's a natural GPS encoded in their very cells. This epic voyage isn't just a spectacle, it's survival. Across continents and hemispheres, these fragile beings race the changing seasons, chasing food, warmth, and life itself. And every fall and spring, the sky becomes a living river, flowing with instinct, memory, and mystery. Rainbow. A rainbow isn't just a burst of color after a storm. It's a perfect blend of physics and wonder. When sunlight meets raindrops at just the right angle, about 42 degrees, it bends, reflects, and splits into a spectrum of colors. Each droplet acts like a tiny prism, scattering light into reds, oranges, yellows, greens, blues, indigos, and violets. But here's the twist. No two people ever see the exact same rainbow. Because the angle is unique to your eyes and position, your rainbow is yours alone. And sometimes, under rare conditions, a second, fainter rainbow appears, its colors reversed. Hailstorm. A hailstorm is nature's sudden fury, frozen in motion. Unlike snow, Hail forms in powerful thunderstorms, where updrafts hurl water droplets high into sub-freezing clouds. There, layer by layer, the droplets freeze into icy spheres, some growing larger than baseballs. These solid balls of ice can plummet to Earth at speeds over 100 miles per hour. The largest hailstone ever recorded in the US measured nearly 8 inches across. In just moments, a calm summer day can turn into a dramatic display of sound, force, and icy chaos from above. Snake-swallowing egg. In one of nature's strangest feats, certain snakes can swallow eggs far larger than their own heads. With no fangs to pierce, these egg-eating snakes unhinge their jaws and stretch ligaments to slide the egg whole into their throat. Once inside, specialized vertebrae, lined with bone-like spikes, crush the shell. The snake then drinks the contents and spits out the crushed casing. This entire process can take just minutes, an extraordinary moment of biology where flexibility, anatomy, and instinct collide in a 1 in a billion survival trick. The tree-climbing goats. In the arid lands of southwestern Morocco, nature writes one of its strangest stories. Here, goats, yes, real goats, climb trees. These nimble creatures scale thorny argan trees as high as 30 feet, balancing effortlessly on branches to feast on the fruit. But the real wonder happens after. The goats swallow the argan nuts whole and later pass them through their digestive tract. Locals then collect these seeds to produce the rare and precious argan oil. It's a bizarre, yet perfect example of nature's 1 in a billion teamwork between animal, plant, and human. Locust plagues. Once in a generation, the skies of certain regions are consumed by a living storm, a locust plague. What begins as solitary desert locusts, quietly feeding and breeding, transforms into a biological uprising when specific environmental triggers are met. Moisture from rainfall and overcrowding awaken a genetic switch, turning docile insects into aggressive, swarming machines. Their colors shift, their brains rewire, and their wings strengthen. In mere weeks, a swarm can grow to over 200 billion individuals, stretching across 400 square miles, an area larger than Los Angeles. This single super swarm can devour as much food in one day as 35,000 humans. The sound of their wings resembles rushing wind. The sky dims. The ground shakes under their weight. These events are not just chaotic, they're ancient, recorded in texts from Mesopotamia to the Bible. Volcanic lightning. In the shadow of Guatemala's erupting volcanoes, lightning crackles through ash-filled skies, a rare phenomenon known as volcanic lightning. Unlike storm lightning, this electric fury is born when ash particles, rock and gas, collide with explosive force, generating static electricity. The result? Blinding bolts that dance within towering plumes of fire and ash, sometimes reaching heights over 10 kilometers, more than 6 miles. It's one of nature's most electrifying displays, a raw, one-in-a-billion moment where earth and sky ignite in a chaotic, luminous embrace. Supercells. Towering over the plains like alien fortresses, supercells are the rarest and most powerful thunderstorms on Earth. Spanning up to 50 kilometers, over 30 miles in diameter, these rotating giants possess a deep, spinning updraft called a mesocyclone, capable of birthing tornadoes, softball-sized hail, and lightning that arcs across the sky for kilometers. Unlike typical storms, supercells can last for hours, feeding on atmospheric instability and wind shear. Scientists still study them to unlock the mysteries of extreme weather, but one thing is clear: witnessing a supercell in motion is like watching the atmosphere breathe fire. Sardine Run. Every year off the coast of South Africa, one of nature's greatest spectacles unfolds, The Sardine Run. Billions of sardines, forming a silver wall stretching over 10 miles long, migrate north in cool ocean currents. This triggers a feeding frenzy unlike any other. Dolphins herd the fish, sharks strike from below, and diving birds plunge from above, all choreographed in perfect chaos. It's a once-in-a-lifetime glimpse into raw, synchronized survival, where predator and prey collide in a dance older than memory. Barrel sponge spawning. Deep in the waters off the Florida Keys, an ancient marine ritual unfolds in near silence. Once each year, under the pull of the full moon and the whisper of warm summer currents, giant barrel sponges, some over 6 feet tall and more than 1,000 years old, release a ghostly cloud of sperm or eggs into the sea. This synchronized spawning lasts just minutes, but it plays a vital role in reef survival. Scientists believe it is triggered by precise lunar and temperature cues. Billions of microscopic gametes drift through the water like a living fog, feeding, reproducing, and seeding the next generation of reef life. It is one of the ocean's most fleeting and vital spectacles. Etna's smoke rings. High above Sicily, Mount Etna, Europe's most active volcano, occasionally performs a rare and mesmerizing feat. It blows perfect smoke rings into the sky. These volcanic vortex rings, some stretching over 100 feet wide, form when gas rapidly escapes through a circular vent. Lasting just seconds, they rise like ghostly halos above the crater. Scientists believe these rings offer insight into the volcano's internal gas pressure and vent structure. It's a breathtaking natural phenomenon, rarely seen anywhere else on Earth. Bait ball. In the vast, blue wilderness of our oceans, one of nature's most astonishing survival spectacles unfolds: the bait ball. When thousands of small fish like sardines or anchovies sense danger, they unite into a swirling silver sphere, spinning with astonishing precision. This synchronized movement confuses predators such as dolphins, tuna, and even sharks. Each bait ball can contain over 100,000 fish and last only a few fleeting minutes before chaos erupts. Scientists view this as a brilliant example of collective intelligence an evolutionary strategy, one of the ocean's most dramatic defenses. Great Migration. Each year, more than 1 million wildebeest, joined by hundreds of thousands of zebras and gazelles, begin a relentless journey across the Serengeti and Masai Mara, an odyssey known as the Great Migration. Spanning over 1,800 miles, this cycle of life and death is driven by rainfall and the promise of greener pastures. Along the way, they face crocodile-infested rivers, prowling predators, and exhaustion. Scientists call it the largest terrestrial mammal migration on Earth, a breathtaking testament to instinct, endurance, and the raw rhythm of nature. Sandstorms. Born from the breath of the desert, sandstorms can lift billions of tiny particles into the sky within minutes. A single storm can span over 1,000 miles and rise thousands of feet high, towering walls of dust that roll across landscapes like living beasts. These storms shape ecosystems, fertilize rainforests, and even influence weather patterns oceans away. Lenticular clouds. Floating like silent UFOs above mountain peaks, lenticular clouds form when moist air flows over rugged terrain and creates standing waves in the atmosphere. If conditions are just right, the moisture condenses into smooth, lens-shaped clouds. Often mistaken for alien spacecraft, these clouds can stretch for miles, remain completely stationary, and glow with surreal colors at sunset. A rare masterpiece painted by wind and physics. Hydrovolcanic explosions. Beneath the quiet surfaces of lakes and coastlines, one of nature's most violent forces brews unseen: hydrovolcanic explosions. When molten lava meets water, the result is not a gentle hiss, but a blast, powerful enough to shatter rock and launch debris over a mile into the sky. In the United States, places like Alaska and the Cascade Range have witnessed these rare eruptions. The extreme temperature difference, lava at over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, meeting water at just above freezing creates instant steam expansion. This steam doesn't just vent, it detonates. Scientists call it a phreatomagmatic eruption, and it's a split-second collision between fire and ice, sculpting landscapes in one breathtaking moment. Weaver bird nests. High in the treetops of Africa and South Asia, a tiny architect is at work, one no bigger than your fist, yet capable of weaving engineering marvels. The weaver bird, named for its intricate craft, builds nests from strips of grass, palm, and leaf fibers, sometimes completing a masterpiece in under 5 days. Each nest is a hanging globe with a narrow entrance tunnel designed to protect against predators and weather alike. What's more fascinating is the bird's use of over 100 precise knots, each loop tugged and tested with its beak. Some colonies, like those of the sociable weaver in southern Africa, host over 100 birds under a single communal thatched roof, an avian apartment complex that regulates temperature better than some modern homes. These nests aren't just shelters. They're feats of natural design, proof that intelligence isn't always measured in brain size, but in instinct, patience, and thread by thread, the silent poetry of survival. Perseids. Once each year, Earth drifts through a trail of ancient comet dust, sparking the Perseids, one of nature's most breathtaking meteor showers. At its peak, over 100 meteors per hour streak across the night sky, some traveling faster than 130,000 miles per hour. These celestial fireballs are remnants of Comet Swift-Tuttle, lighting up the atmosphere in a 1 in a billion cosmic show. Flowering desert. In Chile's Atacama Desert, one of the driest places on Earth, rain is so rare it might not fall for decades. Yet, once every 5 to 7 years, a miracle unfolds. Triggered by unusual rainfall and the El Niño phenomenon, over 200 species of dormant seeds awaken, carpeting the desert in vibrant blooms. This phenomenon, known as the flowering desert, lasts only a few weeks, turning a lifeless land into a breathtaking tapestry, a fleeting moment of color in an otherwise eternal silence. Northern Lights. High above the Arctic Circle, a silent dance of solar particles meets Earth's magnetic field, creating one of nature's rarest light shows, the aurora borealis. When charged particles from the sun collide with oxygen and nitrogen atoms in the upper atmosphere, they ignite curtains of green, violet, and crimson across the polar sky. These glowing waves can reach heights of up to 200 miles. Scientists call it a geomagnetic substorm. We call it magic, a once-in-a-billion spectacle written in light and space. Sleeping sperm whales. In the deep, silent blue of the ocean, a pod of sperm whales drifts vertically, motionless, as if suspended in time. This rare phenomenon, sleeping upright, was first documented by scientists in the early 2000s. These giants of the deep enter short naps lasting around 7 to 10 minutes, just a handful of times a day. With half their brains still alert, they sleep with eyes closed, floating like ancient totems. It's a haunting, peaceful glimpse into a secret rhythm of the wild few humans ever witness. Yanartash. Hidden in the mountains of southwestern Turkey, Yanartash, known as the Eternal Flames, is a geological wonder where fire has burned from the rocky earth for over 2,000 years. Methane gas escapes through tiny cracks in the ground, igniting on contact with air. Ancient sailors once used these unquenchable flames as a lighthouse. What's truly astonishing? The fire needs no fuel and no human spark just the raw breath of Earth, glowing steadily against the night. A flame that whispers secrets from the planet's molten heart. White volcano. Deep in the wilds of Indonesia lies the elusive white volcano, Kawah Putih. This surreal crater lake turns milky turquoise due to high sulfur content, and its color shifts with the weather. But the true marvel, it's one of the few places on Earth where volcanic gases create a landscape so acidic, life barely survives, yet beauty still thrives. Termite mounds. In the sun-scorched plains of northern Australia, millions of tiny architects build something extraordinary. Termite mounds, some standing over 20 feet tall, are natural skyscrapers engineered with stunning precision. Aligned almost perfectly north to south, these magnetic mounds regulate internal temperature using solar orientation and airflow. Scientists still marvel at how creatures less than half an inch long create climate-controlled towers without blueprints or leaders, just instinct and cooperation. Walker Canyon. Once every few years, a rare spectacle transforms Walker Canyon, California, into a living painting. It's called a super bloom, a natural phenomenon where millions of wild poppies erupt across the hillsides in brilliant waves of orange and gold. What triggers this miracle? A perfect balance of rainfall, temperature, and dormancy. Some seeds wait buried in the soil for over 10 years, holding out for just the right conditions. When it happens, satellite imagery captures the color shift from space. It's not just beauty, it's resilience, timing, and nature's quiet choreography on a scale few ever witness. Cloud waterfall. High above rugged peaks and forested cliffs, nature unveils a rare and silent spectacle, the cloud waterfall. This phenomenon occurs when warm, moisture-laden air rises along a mountain's windward side, then cools and condenses into a thick mist that flows downward like a living river of vapor. Though it looks like a waterfall, it's made entirely of cloud, cascading without a sound, defying gravity's rules. For just a few minutes, the sky touches the land in a slow-motion plunge, blurring the boundary between air and earth in a one-in-a-billion moment only nature could create. Triton moth. In the heart of the forest, one creature defies expectations, the Triton moth. When threatened, this humble caterpillar transforms its body into the perfect mimic of a snake's head, complete with eye-like patterns and flaring scales. It's not magic, but pure evolutionary genius. This illusion startles predators long enough for the insect to escape unharmed. A silent, split-second performance of survival, proof that sometimes the smallest life forms hold nature's most astonishing tricks. Bioluminescent beaches. Along certain untouched coastlines, the ocean glows with an eerie, electric blue light, nature's own version of stardust. This surreal phenomenon is caused by bioluminescent plankton, microscopic organisms that emit light when disturbed. Just a single drop of seawater can hold over 100,000 of these glowing creatures. As waves crash or footsteps trace the sand, they light up in shimmering trails like liquid lightning. It's not just beautiful, it's biological brilliance, a defense mechanism millions of years in the making, and a rare reminder of how magical our living planet truly is. Meeting of the waters. In the heart of the Amazon, a mesmerizing natural phenomenon unfolds where two powerful rivers, the dark, tea-colored Rio Negro and the sandy-hued Amazon River, meet but refuse to mix. For nearly 7 miles, these waters flow side by side, untouched, as if drawn by invisible lines. Why? The answer lies in science. The Rio Negro is warmer, flowing slower at about 1 mile per hour, while the Amazon is cooler, rushing nearly 3 times faster. Their differences in temperature, speed, and density create a stunning boundary. It's a living, liquid paradox. 2 rivers sharing the same path, yet remaining distinct. Ijen volcano. Deep within the volcanic heart of Indonesia, A rare spectacle unfolds under cover of night, electric blue flames erupting from the Earth itself. This is the Aegean volcano, home to one of the only places on Earth where you can witness blue fire, not from lava, but from burning sulfuric gas. As the gas escapes, cracks in the crater, and meets air temperatures above 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit, it ignites in a blaze of cobalt blue. Few places on the planet merge geology and chemistry in such a breathtaking, otherworldly dance, one that lasts mere hours but leaves a memory for a lifetime. Rotorua. In Rotorua, New Zealand, the Earth breathes through steam and boiling mud. This geothermal wonder sits atop one of the world's most active volcanic zones. Beneath the surface, superheated water meets cold groundwater, creating geysers that erupt skyward and pools that bubble like a living cauldron, offering a rare window into the planet's raw, volcanic heart. Halocline. A halocline is a rare underwater phenomenon where fresh water and salt water meet but do not mix. The drastic difference in salinity creates a surreal, blurry boundary, like a shimmering curtain, deep beneath the surface. Divers describe it as swimming through two worlds at once. Mount Rinjani. On Indonesia's Mount Rinjani, nature unveils a moment few ever witness. Inside its massive caldera lies a lake, cradling a second active volcano. This volcano within a volcano erupts even as it's surrounded by water. With each eruption, new land is born within the lake, a geologic wonder forming before our eyes. Scientists call it a living laboratory, where magma meets water and creation meets destruction all at once. Fall Streak Hole. A fall streak hole looks like the sky has been pierced open. This rare phenomenon occurs when supercooled water droplets in high-altitude clouds suddenly freeze and fall, leaving behind a massive circular gap. Sometimes stretching over 22 miles wide, it's nature's version of a sky portal, triggered by passing planes or ice crystals, revealing the hidden physics of clouds. Bromo-Tengger-Semeru Desert. In the Bromo-Tengger-Semeru Desert, dawn unveils a surreal ballet of fire and fog. This volcanic caldera, nearly 6 miles wide, hosts active craters that breathe sulfurous smoke, while golden light floods the sea of sand. The region's unique microclimate allows mist to roll over scorching ash fields, creating rare temperature inversions that scientists still study to understand weather in volcanic terrain. It's where fire meets air and earth reshapes sky. Glory. A glory is one of nature's rarest optical illusions, an ethereal halo of rainbow-colored light that circles your shadow when it's cast onto a cloud or mist. Unlike rainbows, glories form when sunlight bends around tiny water droplets, causing light waves to interfere and scatter. These vibrant rings can only be seen from above, like from mountaintops or airplanes, making each sighting a one-in-a-billion moment where science meets the sublime. Grand Prismatic Spring. Beneath the surface of one of Earth's most surreal geothermal wonders lies a living rainbow born of heat and microbes. The Grand Prismatic Spring, wider than a football field and deeper than a 10-story building, is the largest hot spring in the United States. But its stunning colors aren't just for show. Those vivid reds, oranges, and yellows come from heat-loving bacteria called thermophiles, thriving in temperatures that would kill most life. Each hue marks a different microbial community, precisely arranged by the spring's thermal gradient. What looks like a swirling masterpiece from the air is in fact a living ecosystem, painting itself new every day, reacting to light, chemistry, and season. It's a moment in nature where biology, physics, and art collide, unrepeatable and utterly alive. Vatnajökull. Hidden beneath the ice cap of Vatnajökull, Europe's largest glacier, is a volcanic world that breathes fire and ice in the same breath. Spanning over 3,000 square miles, this frozen giant conceals active volcanoes that erupt beneath the ice, triggering glacial floods known as Jökulhlaups. These rare events reshape Iceland's landscape in hours. It's one of nature's most powerful contrasts, molten lava meeting ancient ice in a dance that few ever witness. Death Valley Rocks. In one of Earth's hottest corners, rocks in Death Valley mysteriously move on their own. Without human or animal help, these heavy stones, some weighing over 600 pounds, slide across the desert floor, leaving long, winding trails behind them. Scientists discovered that a rare mix of freezing nights, thin ice sheets, and gentle winds creates the perfect moment. A silent ballet of stone and ice, seen only by the most patient eyes, unfolds once in many years.